Radiant team ban.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and like I said before, you guys will hear me say this twice, but I am sorry for all those watching on DotA TV and also all those watching the replay. But my name is CulBlu, like I said, and I bring you guys the Team Chibu presents the DotA 2 tournament. You guys do not see the preview there because I have to go fix that, but nobody really cares about that. All that matters is we got a tournament on our hands. It's sponsored by Team Chibiusa. As you guys can see right there, that's their Facebook page. They want you guys to go and like their Facebook page, check them out, throw some comments. I would do it myself, but sadly, I deactivated my Facebook account, personal Facebook account, about 2 months ago, and I don't feel like making another one. Although I will have to eventually make one for CulBlu DotA, but that's in the future. That's in the future. Don't do as I do, guys. Do as I say. So go check them out. Go like their Facebook page. Throw a few comments and let them know if you guys like the tournament, because I'm pretty sure they're always looking for feedback on their content. So we are jumping right into this game. This is Team CK versus Team Pyro. I'm actually going to bring up the brackets real fast so I can make sure I told you guys the right thing. And there you go. There's Team Chibusa, or Team Chibusa's. Chibusa. Team Chibusa. Something I can't pronounce. That's the team name. And we are actually in the qualifier number 2. And we are, like I said, in one of these games. No, not that one. Somewhere.
Radiant team pick.
See, I can't find Team Pyro. Where's Team Pyro? There we go. Team Pyro versus, actually, they're going against, I think they're going against Cobra Kias. They shifted the brackets around a little bit because there was some technical difficulties going with one team. Long story short, one team got automatically a victory. So, yeah, just know it's Team Pyro versus Cobra Kais. And we shall see how this game goes. Let me go ahead and hide these brackets so it won't be all up in your guys' face. But I heard a Wisp pickup, which means things are going to be interesting in this game, because Wisp essentially breaks the game, as a lot of people say. And the reason why they say it breaks the game is because global TP can change any situation. It makes you extremely afraid to do anything, because you never know where that Wisp is going to relocate in, with somebody that can just show up and punch you in the face until you die. A very, very violent and bloody death. Sorry, that was a little too graphic, even for me. So as far as the bans go, we see a Nature's Prophet ban, we see a Lifestealer ban, we also see the Ballard and a PL ban. And the PL, that was more of a preemptive ban to say, hey, don't get a PL coddle. This is going to pretty much take Phantom Lancer out of the pool completely. That's not necessarily a standard ban, because a lot of people have come to find that they can deal with the PL just by getting some nice AoE type abilities, like like some form of cleave. Kunkka's nice versus a PL, not the best in the world, but he's decent versus a PL. And you also have the Queen of Pain, she's decent versus a PL as well with her screams. But he's banned out. Team Pyro says nope, we're not going to give you guys the opportunity to pick up a PL coddle. We're just going to ban him out off the top of our head. Moving over to the other bans, Lifestealer pretty much standard ban, Prophet really standard ban. The push meta on Prophet is ridiculous. He just basically forces you into a certain style of play. You basically have to carry TPs everywhere and do a lot of stuff. Battle standard ban out, Sticky Napalm OP. That's all you really need to know. Moving on to the picks though, we see the Wisp pick, like I said before. Wisp pretty much changes the way that you the way that you want to play the game, the way that you will play the game. It just makes it that much more advantageous for the team that has a Wisp on them. So Wisp plus anybody can pretty much break or change how the game flows out. Moving on to the picks on the side of oh crap, what's the name? I should know the names. What is it? Cobra Kias, or Cobra Kais. Moving on to the side of Cobra Kais, we see Darkseer pickup. We also see the Pudge pickup. Darkseer, really solid suicide lane pickup, or jungle if you want to play him that way. Just all in all, he just helps out your team altogether. Vacuum Wall is still a powerful combination. Surge is really useful for your allies to help them get out alive, and Iron Shell just helps them farm so well, and also helps push the lanes very good, or very well. Pudge is also the pickup on the side of Cobra Kai's. Pudge, pretty much, if you give him room to hook you, then you're pretty much dead. Essentially, any hook that Pudge lands, you're essentially dead or about to die. So, Pudge will be there, just getting those hooks mid, just making the life of the mid as annoying or as frustrating as possible. Magus is going to get banned out by Cobra Kai's, and also we have a Bounty Hunter banned out inside of Team Pyro. Team Pyro basically don't want to give Cobra Kai's any form of mid-game type gold, and that actually might tilt the hand as to what they're going for. They could potentially go for somebody who naturally builds a Shadow Blade, like a Alchemist or maybe a Kunkka as well. And actually Team Pyro also banned out the Chin. Chin gives some very nice early game pushing power with those creeps that he's able to dominate and just bring in and just push all your towers and kill you. And he can also get some easy level 1 ganks, quite frankly. With the Troll Warlord, that net, you pretty much can't run away. Speaking of net, Naga's still in the pool. And as common with the pro scene at least, Naga has been picked up almost first pick and or first ban worthy, because she's such a powerful support in this current state and point in the game. Net, there's no way you can get away from that, and that's actually Alchemist banned on the side of Cobra Kai's. So they alluded to the fact that, hey, you ban Bounty Hunter, you probably want an Alchemist. Alchemist Wisp is not the most weird combination in the world. It is pretty powerful. Phase boots on Alchemist and Wisp with a tether. Alchemist can pretty much stun you and then casually walk up to you, get behind you, even if you have something behind or something covering your back, and just walk right through you, get another stun, and just beat you down with his knives akimbo, as he would say it. Cobra Kai decided to pick himself up a Weaver, and that's actually really, really convenient for them because Bounty Hunter was banned out by TeamPyro, but Slaughter's still in the pool, and we got an OD pickup on TeamPyro. OD essentially just wants to win his lane mid. It's starting to get to that point where OD is starting to find his weaknesses. People are starting to be reminded that OD is a very, very, very fragile type hero. But people still want to play him. It's kind of like the reason why you pick Lich. The reason why you pick a Lich is because you want to win your lane. Same exact reason for OD. The reason why you want to pick OD is because you want to win that mid lane. And if you can shut down that mid lane, which by the looks of it will be either Nyx Assassin or somebody like a Queen of Pain, then you can pretty much have the easiest mid game all around. Because if the mid doesn't do too well, then there's no pressure on the side lanes for ganks. There's no pressure in the mid game for initiation coming out from the mid. This is a whole bunch of things that you don't have to worry about because the mid didn't do too well. Although I will say, Dream Coil does change things, despite the fact, no matter how bad your mid does, Dream Coil can turn fights and turn the tide of the game, as we have saw in the International. And for those who do not know what I'm talking about, just watch one of the games in the International. I'm not going to tell you guys which one, but in the grand finals of Na'Vi versus Alliance. Spoiler alert, Na'Vi Alliance made it to the finals, but, sorry, I'll spoil it. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but one of the final games. I'm not going to tell you guys which one, because I want you guys to watch them all, because they were freaking awesome. And, yeah, Dream Coil changed the tide of a fight. Tide of two fights, actually. Changed the tide of the game twice, let's put it that way. Anywho, CK is going to be picked up by TeamPyro. Kaddle CK is still a viable combination, you can definitely do it, but the only thing that these guys will have an issue for if they do decide to go for it, is they don't have any suicide laner. They don't have anybody to run that, unless they run the aggressive Warlock, which is not that bad. It's actually pretty powerful. Warlock, if you can give him levels early on, he can have more points put inside of his fatal bonds. He can have more he can have a much faster chaotic offering and just pretty much kill everything with that ulti. And just a combination of the fatal bonds plus the ulti. So we'll see what TeamPyro decide to do, but offlane Warlock, they can do that if they really want to. Gyrocup is gonna be the ban out on the side of, jeez, I forgot again. Cobra Kai's or Cobra Kai's. I keep trying to say Kaiser Kings. I think that's the name of a band.
5 seconds.
But Cobra Kai's decided to ban out with Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter very solid carry. He can be a support, but I haven't seen him play support in like I don't know how long. Actually, I don't remember ever seeing him play support. I just heard people say he can be played as a support. But also another thing on top of that, you can put Gyrocopter in a safe lane all by himself, and he'll do just fine. He can basically get free harassment. He probably won't be able to get a kill, but he can get some free harassment with that flat cannon. Ban out from TeamPyro on top of Rubik, which actually might show the hand that they're going for something like a Tidehunter or an Enigma. Tidehunter or Enigma, both of them will fit into his lineup perfectly well. CK will probably be in a triangle Wisp plus Warlock, and then you have a Tidehunter and or Enigma in the offlane. I would like to see a Tidehunter because I think he's a little bit more useful. But Enigma, you can definitely still pick him up. Spin's going to be the pickup as the primary carry for Cobra Kai's. Yes, Cobra Kai's, I called it right. For Cobra Kai's, so they're going to be pretty happy with their pickup. Spin, very powerful. He's a little bit more powerful with Wisp added to him, but he's still powerful all on his own. Just basically give him any room to farm and he'll just basically make you pay for it. And we got a Mirana pickup on the side of TeamPyro, so it looks like we're going to be either seeing a roaming Mirana or an offlane Mirana. Not too sure. It all really depends on what item she decides to go for first. But I am actually kind of excited to see this whole entire game go through because I want to see offlane Warlock. But like I said, we're probably going to see an offlane Mirana. Sad days. No excitement in Dota anymore. Oh snap. I'm just joking, guys, of course. There's always excitement to be had in Dota. You just have to know where to look for it. So we're just waiting for these guys to pick up their teams completely, and there you go. Once again, as a reminder, definitely go check out the Facebook page of the tournament holders, which is Team Chibusa, Team Chibusa. Team Chibus. Team Keep. Oh man, I need to figure out how to pronounce this. Okay, Team Chibusa. Team Chibusa. Or Team Chibusa. Chibusa. Okay, I was saying it right then. Definitely go check out the Facebook page. Go like them. Like I said, go like their Facebook page. I don't know. Add them as a friend. Comment. Let them know that the tournament was awesome. And also, make a Facebook page yourself if you don't have one already. I would highly recommend it. It's very useful for your social media, but like I said, I deactivated my Facebook account for personal reasons. I don't feel I have to go into those, but long story short, I don't want a Facebook anymore. Anywho, we got a DC coming out from the top, right on top of TeamPyro. Of course, if you ever play a game of Dota and you don't pause for at least a minute in the very beginning of the game, then you're doing it wrong, guys. That's all I gotta say. You're doing it wrong. And of course, TeamPyro are saying, hey, we're also Team Pro, because you can't spell Pyro without Pro, lols. They're saying, hey, we're Pro, so we're gonna go ahead and pause right at the beginning, because we know how Dota works. And we're just casually waiting for everybody to pick their heroes up. And while we're waiting, let me go ahead and do introductions. Start on the side of the team that's fully here. On the side of the Dire, which is Cobra Kai's. Starting off with this Nyx Assassin, we see Joe on him. Moving on to this Darkseer, we see Jake. On this Weaver, we see Neckbeard, because who doesn't want to see a neckbeard in the game? Actually, Pudge should have a neckbeard. I feel like he should have a neckbeard. On this Pudge, we see Fez on him. Moving over to this Finn, we see Alphawitz. And on this Nyx Assassin, we see Joe again. Wait, hold on, I missed somebody. Did I miss anybody? Okay, apparently I didn't miss anybody. Moving over to the side of the Radiant, which is TeamPyro, representing that fire side, because they got that CK and they also got that Warlock with all that fire. Starting off with the CK, of course, we see Iceman on him. Moving over to his Wisp, we see Burzo on the Wisp. On this Warlock, we see Joker, not Jakiro, but Joker. And on this OD, who's actually out in front right now, he's saying, hey, let's go, follow me. We see Cypher on him. And last but not least, for their callouts, we see on this Morana, of course, playing that Morana. She's going to be actually farming Ancients. And we see Gainicus on the Morana. She's going to be having fun farming them Ancients or protecting her lane. We have the full rotation coming from the team. These guys do ping around the corner. Pudge looking for a hook. Or actually, no, he has Rot. But Pudge just looking to see what he can get. I think he's just waiting for the rune. Sentry Ward plus Observer Ward. They're trying to do a little dewarding. Darkseer does have a ward. Morana arrow to fly already. I heard it, but I don't think it hit anything. Yeah, Morana arrow to fly. It didn't really hit anything. I don't think it was close to hitting anything. CK around the corner. Trying to see if he can find something. Invis rune up top. We were able to pick up on top of that. So Neckbeard going to be pretty happy with his pickup. He doesn't have the pop Sakuchi. That's really about it. Observer Ward placed around the corner. These guys do want to go for a kill on top of Jake, and Jake might be in a little bit of trouble. Stun coming out from Wisp already, and Wisp is actually stuck on the high ground. No point put just yet in anything on top of Darkseer. He needs to go and put a point inside his Surge. He might be going down. Just one more attack is all they really need. Will he be able to get it? Will they be able to get it? Surge coming in from Darkseer. Jake is going to be continuing running, and we got OD playing bodyguard. Actually, whoa, man. Okay, Darkseer almost living life on the edge. I think he should have put that point in Surge a little bit faster, but maybe he had to think about it a few more times for a few more seconds. Anyway, up top we see Gainicus on that Morana actually in a lot of trouble. She has arrow first. She doesn't have anything. She's actually going to be going down. Weaver's around the corner just stalking her, and there's the Weaver picking up first blood. He draws first blood, not anybody else. And Weaver already getting to that start that he definitely wants. So just Morana picking up the arrow first is definitely hurting her. She typically see Morana wait to put a point and then put an arrow point inside of arrow or put a point inside of leap. But she was trying to go for that early kill, and the arrow did miss completely. Observer Ward placed around the corner, just give him some nice vision to his lane, make sure the carry stays safe, so Iceman can have all the room to farm in the world. He's actually building himself a bracer first, so he's going to be going for those fast jumps. Move number 2, the Weaver, he has Wraithman first. I don't like that build personally, but what can I complain? It's not like I play Weaver every single game, guys, so please take that statement with a grain of salt whenever I say I don't like seeing that build. As far as the last hits of the nights go, we see Pudge with the most last hits, despite the fact that OD keeps still in on his intelligence. But Pudge says, hey, I don't care. You can make me as stupid as you want. I got Rot, and that costs HP, not mana. It's actually still really harmful, though, because Pudge does... Pudge does need his mana for his hook. If Pudge can't hook, then he can't go for a kill, so this is pretty much just a lane for him to just collect as many last hits as he possibly can. Without having to worry, or without going too much in on top of OD to try to go for the kill. He is going for the Urn of Shadows though. So that will still be useful. All his intelligence is getting stolen. OD is like, hey, I'm having fun with this intelligence. Actually, OD might be in a little bit of trouble. His Astral Imprisonment is on cooldown. Pudge, if only Pudge had the mana for it. Darkseid does go down bottom. Easy kill is easy, that's what they just said. CK stun into Wisp tether stun, and also Warlock doing a little bit of damage around the corner with his Shadow Word. Actually, no, Shadow Word was used in the hill. But just damage in general getting done around there. I need to pay a little bit more attention to that mini-map. Pudge, Haste Room picked up. Hex might be able to go for a kill on top of OD. OD throws out Astral Imprisonment instantly, and actually Pudge gets rotten. Actually, Pudge doesn't have enough mana for his hook. He has 13 mana right now. Pudge's mana pool is 13. There we go. One Astral Imprisonment doesn't run out, and another one should be running out very soon. But if Pudge had a hook, that would be OD dead. OD is relatively safe versus a Pudge for now. But once Pudge starts getting to that point where he's starting to roam around, he won't have his intelligence stolen, and he should be able to actually at least get 2 hooks before he's out of mana. But this is the point. This is the point I was trying to pick up before. The reason why you pick OD is because you want to win your lane. OD is simply winning his lane simply because Pudge doesn't have the mana to throw his hooks. And actually, Pudge has a whole entire 1 hook right now, and that's all he has. That's all he can throw. OD looks like he might be trying to go for another Astral Imprisonment, but he actually needs to be very careful. He's actually going to go for it. Pudge throws out the hook. Hook does miss. It hooks a creep. And beautiful juke coming out from Cypher on that OD. Fez not really feeling too happy about that. He's finally getting the rest of his intelligence. And as soon as that happens, he gets taken away. So Pudge completely out of mana. Meanwhile, down bottom, we see the tri-lane on solo lane action going on. Let's see how the tri-lane is doing. As far as the tri-lane is doing, the supports, what levels are they? Oh, nope, we got Darkseid popping a surge a little bit too early. He's trying to go for the kill. Or sorry, he's trying to run away as fast as possible can. He needs another surge. It will be coming up in another 6 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Wisp is getting those spears. Just trying to do as much damage as possible, and there's a Darkseid going down. Chaos Knight able to pick up the kill on top of that, and this is going to be the easiest lane of his life. I think at this current point in time, it might be best for Darkseid just to go ahead and abandon his lane and go in the jungle. But with that said, it's actually a really dangerous thing to do versus CK Wisp, because that gives room for CK to farm, that gives room for Wisp to get her levels, and that can pretty much mean that Warlock can start roaming and then going for kills mid or going for kills top. Like, he literally won't be needed in this lane anymore. But Darkseid is going to continue to try to do what he can to hold off this lane. But he still needs to be very careful. Throws out a vacuum. I think that was really unnecessary, but he wants to be a little aggressive. It only costs 100 mana, which relative to Darkseid's mana pool, he can pop like 4 of those. And actually needs. Oh, he's getting a little bit too close. CK doesn't have a stun, so they can't necessarily initiate, but they can still try to go for a tether stun into Warlock damage, into CK punches in face, which is definitely a legit strat. Power Chart is purchased up by Weaver up top. As far as the gold graph goes, you guys can see right on there, TeamPyro is in the lead, and that is basically because they got first blood, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also because that bottom lane is doing so well. Moving over to the XP graph. As I was saying about XP graph, the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer along the game goes on, the closer converts to 0. But it's still a really nice indicator of where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, as you guys could have saw, the Dire are ahead a little bit right now. So, was it crap? It's something Chaos Kaisers. Okay. Oh, okay, fine. I'll look it up. Cobra Kais, yes, Cobra Kais are in the lead right now, as of right now, mainly because I think the tri-lane is doing a little bit better than the tri-lane down bottom, as far as farm-wise goes, because you have stacks and pulls getting done by the Nyx Assassin, whereas down in bottom, this tri-lane, they're all sticking together, just going for kills on top of that Darkseid as often as they possibly can. And now, as soon as I say that, we finally got some pulls getting done, but this is a single stack. We will likely see a double pull. I see the trees not killed in the background, so maybe we won't. Meanwhile, mid, we see a little bit of damage. OD does go down mid, and arrow to fly from Mirana. Pudge says, hey, I only need 1 hook to kill you, bro. And he gets a kill on top of him with it. Totally missed it, guys. Totally missed all the action. I feel like a boss. But he did have a rotation coming in from Weaver plus Sven, and they were able to help him out get the kill, so that wasn't necessarily a waste of time for them. But typically, you don't want to have them rotating. You want them to get more farm. But while on the flip side of that though, Nyx Assassin was collecting levels all by himself, so he's actually a little bit ahead, more so ahead than he probably would be otherwise. Relative to the other supports, Wisp is level 4, Warlock at what level are you? He's level 4, so all the supports are essentially on the same level right now. There we go. As soon as I say that, we got a little support getting a higher level. Who is it? Actually, no, CK is on the same level, so Sven, yes, okay, Sven is a primary carry in that lane. Weaver's not necessarily a support, so I guess you can't count him as a support. But Sven is the one that you want to look to for your damage later on in the game. Weaver's going to be there, just being as annoying as possible. Sven makes himself as big a target as possible. We got Pudge around the corner, going for the kill. On top of that wall, on top of CK does go down too. Jake, on that Darkseid, able to pick him up with the vacuum. So the life of Pudge, his death is not going in vain. They were able to kill the CK, which is definitely needed. If you look at the net worth really fat, oh man, look at that goal graph. I think it's spiking all over the place. It's gonna spike like this early in the game because it's not. I mean, both teams are doing so well, are so relatively even, that just one little advantage, just one kill, can change the whole entire graph completely. So we got Mirana going on top. She's trying to do as much damage as possible to Sven. She needs to be very careful because Sven can just turn around, do a nice little 180 and get a stun and go for the kill on top of her. But she does have a leap in her pocket, so she can't use that if she needs to. Darkseid double ion shell on top of the creeps. Creeps just being as obnoxious as possible, trying to go for the kill on top of somebody. They want to kill this Wisp, and Wisp is going to be taking a lot of damage. Look at all the damage she's taking right now, just from one ion shell. She's like, hey bro, kill it, get away from me. And the creep aggro finally got taken off of the Wisp, and Wisp is already down to about half HP just from one ion shelled creep. We got a rotation coming in mid. Pudge, Fez trying to run away as fast as possibly can. OD can throw out his Astral Imprisonment, but I don't think Pudge has any more intelligence left. Look, one bottle charge hitting him up so much. Jake on that Darkseid, he does pick himself up a double damage. We got Pudge rotating around the corner. CK does want to go in for the kill, but they can't necessarily go in for a Pudge with the hook. Oh my gosh, gets a double stun from the Wisp. Almost backfired completely. Paul's coming out by Mirana. She's having a few issues up top. Meanwhile, down bottom, no rotation coming in from OD, so this kill will be just had, or that'll probably be just the end of the engagement. Yeah, there we go. DC coming up from Warlock. That's what it is. Or is it? I don't know. I can't see. I drew on it. Yeah, there we go. DC coming up from Warlock. But yes, I'm trying to draw on the map, but it's not letting me draw on the map. Oh, wait. Caps lock. No, that's not it. I don't know. You guys can see it down there. On the mini-map down here, we got stuff going on. People doing stuff like punch people in the face. Pudge is trying to chase his CK down. CK should be able to make it us on alive. He has Warlock around the corner for help, just in case. And Warlock is almost level 6. He's not level 6 just yet, but if he was, they could actually turn around and go for a kill. TeamPyro could actually turn around and go for a kill on top of both Darkseid and Pudge if they decide to pursue it far enough. But Fez on this Pudge, he doesn't have enough mana for a hook. He's actually out of bottle charges. Darkseid did pick up the rune. Though, so there's no extra bottle charges, no more mana left for him to have, unless Darkseid lets him hold on to his soul ring for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Oh, and just to elaborate on that a little bit more, while we have a lot of downtime, just in case you guys don't know, you cannot share items in the sense that if you give somebody your boost of speed, it will get muted. They will not be able to use that movement speed. But on the contrary, if you give somebody an item with some form of regen, like 3 HP regen or 50% mana regeneration, they will be able to use that completely. I'm not entirely sure or entirely clear if it counts with Soul Ring, but I know for a fact that it counts with Perseverance. I know it counts with the Void Stone, a Ring of Health, respectively. It also counts with a Ring of Regen, which is just the ring by itself, which is right over here. It also counts with this Sage's Mask, and it also, pretty much anything that gives you percentage regen, it counts with that, or plus this much regen. So I need to go test it on myself to see if it does work with Hooded Defiance, or to see if it does work with something like a Vladimir's Offering. But I do know that if you're playing a carry and you have a support in your lane who's like doing badly with mana, and you naturally build a battle for you or something like that, share your Perseverance. It's really useful for the support because that's less gold they have to spend on things like soul rings or stuff. They just have to borrow your Perseverance temporarily, and then you can just get all that regen up, and you guys can potentially go for another kill. I've had it happen with me once where I was a Shadow Shaman, and there's a Phase of Void in my lane, and he let me borrow his Perseverance, and I was the happiest Shadow Shaman in the world. Anywho, top tower about to be going down. It will be going down. Weaver getting hit with the arrow from Mirana. Mirana can go for the kill, but she needs to be careful about where she leaps and watch where you step. And actually, she's taking a lot of damage. She has no more mana for her ulti. Almost all her intelligence got burned, but she had enough mana for leap, so she is fine because of that leap. But man, that was so close, so close. Meanwhile, down bottom, Tread's already up on CK. As far as the rest of the items go, Soul Ring's up on Darkseid. We saw that before. Pudge, where's Pudge? There we go. Pudge is trying to build himself that Urn of Shadows. He did go for the bottle first, which is typically standard of a Pudge. He actually has enough gold for it, and he did TP somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, he TP mid. He did TP mid, but Pudge is starting to become more and more dangerous because OD can't necessarily just casually walk up to him and then throw out the Astral Imprisonment. Because if Pudge does get a hook, that's pretty much all of his HP, all of OD's HP. Rotation come around the corner. Jake on that Darkseid. He wants to go for the kill on top of OD. OD in a little bit of trouble. The hook coming from Pudge. It does miss. Wow, so close. It was a very close hook. But Fez not able to capitalize on that. And actually, he's out of mana. He has enough mana for, or his mana pool is big enough to where he can just use 2 bottle charges and get another hook. And he'll eventually begin his intelligence back. Meanwhile, down bottom, this tri lane just hanging out. Wiss is almost level 6. Warlock should be level 6. And CK, he's almost level 6. So it looks like Warlock did a little bit of pulling, stacking and pulling to get his levels up. Or maybe he was just in lane while CK and Wiss were rotating. I'm not too sure. But once Wiss hits level 6, it will be very, very difficult for Pudge to actually be able to try to catch somebody off guard, because they can just instantly turn the gank around and go for a kill on top of him. And it'll also technically be difficult for Weaver to run away, because they can just TP him with the dust and go for the kill. CK gets the stun on top of Darkseid. Darkseid in a little bit of trouble. Tap the stun to follow around the corner. And there's a Warlock ulti to fly if he needs it. But Darkseid does go down. Pudge did throw out a hook. I did hear a hook. He did throw a hook. No, he threw his ulti. But then he cancelled it. And there's a Mirana ulti to fly. Just to make sure OD can actually get out alive. And Pudge is going to run away. He's actually out of mana right now. Arcane Boots purchased up by that by Warlock. And we got a relocate come around the corner. Pudge wants to go for the kill, but he's actually going to be in a little bit of trouble. We got the finally these guys are rotating in the right direction. OD throws out his disruption. Or sorry, throws out his Astral Imprisonment. They go for the kill. The kill does go down, so relocate didn't go to waste on the very first one. OD did pick up the kill though, but the XP was gained collectively by everybody who was involved. And now Sven is in a little bit of trouble. CK stun to fly. 4-second stun of all things. Sven really hating the Dota guys right now. He'll be going out. Those are the stun. Wants to try to turn around and man up. He wants to go for a kill on top of Wisp, but not enough damage. You must construct additional pylons is exactly what it just said, and that's exactly what just happened.
Dire's middle tower is
sorry, no, that's not what happened. Sven didn't construct additional pylons. That was the point. That's why he couldn't build that new warp gate. Wait, is it warp? I don't know. Wait, no, that's why he couldn't build that new stalker. There you go. I'm officially cultured because I know other games. Anywho, we have Joe on that next assassin. He's going for the Dagon type build. Mirana arrow to fly. It does just barely miss Joe, and oh my god, he almost went down. If these guys are able to time it, they could go for Astral Imprisonment into arrow, which I think is actually difficult, relatively speaking, to time, because Astral Imprisonment lasts for like 5 whole seconds. So you have to make sure no creeps walk in front of it that whole entire time. But anyway, we got a rotation come around the corner. Darkseid or Weaver. Neckbeard on that. Weaver wants to go for a kill. Somebody's chasing Mirana. And that's a Nyx assassin. Joe wants to go for the kill on top of Mirana. Mirana's instantly on the run. She actually might be going down here around the corner. These guys do decide to go to the fight. Sven turns around, throws out stuns on Mirana. Mirana's going to eat a Vendetta crit. She's trying to leap away, but she does get caught just on the very tail of that. Sorry, on the very tail of that impale, and she will be able to get away. Sven not gonna be able to do it. Weaver's trying to come in for the kill. Neckbeard wants to go for it. Meanwhile, we got Wiz coming around the corner. Spike Carapace activated by Nyx Assassin. I think it's stunned Wiz for temporarily. And meanwhile, we got the fight happening on both sides. We got a fight happening around the corner. Joe gonna be going down to that CK. Then we got Sven desperately on the run. He should be going down to the Warlock kill. And Warlock is on a killing spree. Where is that CK? CK did not get the kill on top of that Nyx Assassin. Sad days. And these guys are actually splatted all over the place. Weaver, Neckbeard is on around the corner. He's trying to get some. He needs to switch to intelligence try so he can actually get away. He needs 2 Sakuchis to make it out someone alive. He's actually going to turn around and farm, which is actually really dangerous. No sentry, no detection on these guys, so they won't be able to see him. There we go. Weaver does Sakuchi away. He's going to be able to make it out one alive. And he has enough mana for another Sakuchi, so he will be able to make it out just that much further if he needs to. We might be seeing smoking happen here soon. Pudge does pause. Not too sure what that was all about, but we might be having a few issues, of course, on both sides. Like I said before, guys, if you guys are playing Dota and you don't pause at least for at least a minute, then you're doing it wrong. Of course, we've paused for like more than a minute because we are so pro at this game. Lols, of course we are. Dota fans and Dota pros alike, we all enjoy pausing. Anyway, Darkseer down bottom, just trying to do what he can to push things back. He does have a Zerg Wars and Sentry Wars, so that's telling me that he's playing more so the full role than anything else. Which is, man, OD taking a lot of damage mid. OD will be going out. He throws an Astral Imprisonment, he gets some mana back, but it doesn't matter. Pudge got the kill, or Weaver got the kill with the auto attack. Mirana arrow to fly. He did miss everything completely, and she's actually out of mana for her ulti, which might be useful. They could set up a fight with this. All they need is to have. Actually, no, they don't need it. OD went down. That's not that bad. They had CK Whistles on the side of TeamPyro, so TeamPyro is not doing too terribly bad, but they can't necessarily be trading like that. Having their OD who's in mid, who's going to become more useless now that he's dying so much, relative to Pudge, as the game continues going on. But having him die is not that big of an issue right now. Phase boots up on Fez on that Pudge. He wants to go for a hook, and he's actually rotating down bottom. The ulti for Warlock is up, but if he does get hooked, I think he'll be dying almost instantly. Mirana ulti to fly. Heal coming up from Warlock on top of CK, or actually on top of himself. And there's a rotation coming around the corner. Pudge's illusion is scouting out things around the corner. Sentry Ward placed over here by the Radiant. As an arrow from Mirana, it did hit something. I don't know what it hit. Hit the Pudge. And I think these guys might initiate on top of that. Joker did show himself. No, that's Marana ulti ending. And right now, we just kind of have the war of attrition going on. We got the hook coming up from Pudge. It will be landing right on top of Wisp. Beautiful flash from Imprisonment. Good reaction coming out from OD, but it doesn't matter. He will be going out. Ulti coming out from Warlock. His ulti, OD's ulti will fly. And we got this Fatal Bond still on top of everybody as well. We got Marana getting covered on the corner. She's taking a lot of damage from both Pudge and Weaver. And will she make it alive? No, she didn't. Actually, she does make it alive. Holy crap, where is she? Marana is desperately trying to run as fast as she possibly can for that neck beard. She's like, no, I don't want a neck beard. Leave me alone. I don't have facial hair. I'm a woman. And Weaver will be able to get the kill. Marana tried to throw an arrow, but it wasn't fast enough. Weaver does make it out on live. And we got the rotation coming on bottom. Weaver might not be able to make it out any further. Will he be able to make? Yes, he will. CK out of mana and not able to throw a stun. Pudge around the corner. Pudge just wants a hook just to get the kill on top of CK. CK will not be able to make it out of that one. And reloading coming up from Wisp. That's a kill on top of Pudge. If these guys do want to go for him, Wisp says, no, bro, you shall not kill my ally. We're going to kill you instead. Pudge goes down. Warlock ulti. He's still there. He's ready to push. And we got Warlock actually getting a kill on top of Weaver. With those Fatal Bonds. Fatal Bonds OP, please nerf. And Joe on that Nyx Assassin. Vendetta up in 14 more seconds. He could be a little bit more aggressive, but very smartly so. We got OD rotating back into mid to continue farming, continue to do what he can to push his lane and get his levels, because he needs to start building his bigger items like a Force Staff or a Rod of Atos or even a BKB at a certain point. Because Spin Stun plus Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace, and Impale, plus all the CC everybody else has, is pretty annoying to deal with as an OD. He can only Astral Imprisonment with one person. Speaking of BKB, CK is building a BKB of his own. It is almost complete. All he needs right now is a recipe. So that's pretty much 2 more relocate ganks and or a lot of farm for about 10 minutes. Maybe in 5 minutes. Nah, with that on shell 10 minutes. And we got DC coming for Warlock once again. We will be seeing a pause happen here very soon. There we go. Pause does happen. And Spin is building himself that Mask of Madness. It's not necessarily the latest Mask of Madness. It will be here about at the 20-minute mark. Actually, no, probably about before that. Probably maybe the 18-minute mark. But I don't think he has enough survivability to actually warrant this. He does have the Bracer to supplement his survivability, but he doesn't have the Power Trace to give him a little bit more HP. So, Mask of Madness, sure, is really nice when Spin pops his ulti, but I would prefer to see him go for the Power Trace before he finishes that, because Mask of Madness does open you up to a lot more extra damage. As far as everything else, or everybody else, we see OD building himself a Dagon and or Force Staff, probably a Force Staff much better. Just a Null Talisman is something nice to supplement his HP and also to supplement his stats while he's waiting for it. His gold is close to that Ring of Regen. Moving on to Nyx Assassin, he's building a Dagon of his own. That's highly likely to be a Dagon. He's also trying to build himself what looks to be an Urn of Shadows, but he doesn't have boots just yet. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I mean, he has Vendetta. He can run away with that. And he also pipes Spike Carapace if he really needs to. Moving over to the Pudge. Pudge, like I said, he's building himself that. Actually, no. I thought he was building an Urn of Shadows, but he could very well be building a Drum of Endurance with that Bracer built up inside of his thing. But I would honestly expect to see that on Sven as opposed to Pudge. Moving on to Darkseer, he has those Arcane Boots and he also has a Soul Ring. And on the Weaver, he's building himself that Lincoln Sphere as fast as he possibly can, which is not really all that fast since he's died a whole entire one time. But as far as his net worth goes, I'm going to see how their net worth is doing. We see CK is worth the most on the map, which is not really all that much ahead of Weaver. That's about 1 hero kill, maybe 2 hero kills above Weaver. See, what else? Anything else to talk about? Yes, we can talk about this synergy coming out between CK Wisp and Warlock. So basically, with the synergy of CK Wisp and Warlock, it's actually it's not the nastiest thing in the world, but when you add everybody else in, such as the OD ulti, I mean, that's a lot of damage coming out just because Warlock is involved in this fight. He can throw out the Fatal Bonds, and then he can throw out his ulti, and then OD can throw out his ulti, and if they catch everybody, like say they catch all 5 of Team Cobra guys inside of that area, like they get them all Fatal Bonded, they get the ulti of Warlock, and then they get the ulti of OD. That's a lot of damage that they're feeling twice. Because as far as how Fatal Bonds works, it's basically for every person shackled to it, you share 25% of the 20% of the damage. So if all 5 of your enemies are shackled together, and then all 5 of them feel that same damage, they'll essentially feel the ultis twice, which is quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, we have Marana on top. She's actually in a little bit of trouble. She does leap away. She does have her ulti, so she can't use that. She needs to, but I doubt she'll actually be able to she'll need to use it. Hey, Shroom's up on Weaver. So, also actually says Nerdbeard, not Neckbeard. sorry, Nerdbeard. I've been calling you Neckbeard this whole entire time. You're definitely cooler than that, man. You're cooler than that. Arrow coming out from Mirana. It will just barely be missing that punch, and we got an OD instantly going down. Jeez, a lot of damage getting done to him. Mirana will be going down as well. No, she leaps away. She's gonna be on Mikhail's line, but Jesus, man, he just felt like, good lord, he shattered very fast. The stun coming out from Pudge, the hook coming out from Pudge, the rot, and also the stun, and I think he got hit with an impale. No, he got hit with the mana burn. That's what it was. Mana burn destroyed OD. OD does have quite a bit of mana, and the way mana burn works is it basically takes your intelligence, multiplies it by a certain multiplier, like 3.5, and then does that much as damage. It also burns your mana. And as you guys can see, OD has 77 intelligence, and he has like probably 1,000 HP. So yeah, mana burn on him. Actually, he doesn't have 1,000 HP, so mana burn on OD, it does quite a bit, especially considering the fact that he wants to stack intelligence. So Nick Assassin versus OD, just showing you guys the power of that. Since you were placed around the corner, these guys did see the Weaver Sakuchi away. Warlock not feeling too safe. He's going for straight up Ag and a Scepter. Probably Ag's Refresher. I'm actually shocked that we don't see a mechanism yet being built on either side. Actually, I think it's kind of like one of the vices on both sides. There needs to be at least one mechanism. Darkseer, never mind, I take it back. Darkseer, he's building the mech for his team. But I would really love to see Warlock or Wisp build a mechanism. Probably Wisp over Warlock, because Wisp can actually be a little bit more mobile in using her mechanism. Region room on top. Mirana ulti to use. These guys want to use it as a smoke game. Try to see if they can catch a kill on top of somebody. Nick Assassin will be running right in between these guys. Sorry, right through these guys. He's actually searching for everybody. And we got a Wisp tether stun. These guys want to go for the kill. OD throws out his Astral Prism already. Nick Assassin comes around the corner. Throws out a Impale. Catches two. And no damage getting done to Joe just yet. But Joe will begin eating a stun from CK. It is going to be a 3-second stun. We got the damage coming around the corner. Nobody's really truly knows where to focus. And we got a lot of damage getting done to that CK. CK does go down. So does Wisp follows. And we got Darkseer. Pretty much the counter gank to the gank. The gank that countered the gank that. The gank that countered. I don't know. Too many times I said the word gank. Pudge. Get hit with that Mirana arrow. He does have a region room bottled up, and actually Warlock in a little bit of trouble. He will be going down here soon. Juking like a boss. He's trying to juke left. He's trying to juke right. Pudge Hook should be able to end his life if Pudge can line it up. He will. Oh my gosh, he doesn't line it up. Oh my gosh, Warlock decides to run the other way. Vacuum coming up from Darkseer. Jake just making sure these guys got the kill, and Warlock did still go down. But that was almost the greatest escape. That was almost the great escape, guys. Warlock. Very close to it. But I still think there needs to be a mechanism on one side of TeamPyro. Not having a mechanism is actually a pretty bad thing. Wisp does have herself Tranquil Boots, which is nice for her, and whoever she tethers to, that's technically a free mechanism. But it's not an instant heal, it's more like a overtime type heal thing. Heal. I would also like to see a bottle on Wisp. I'm starting to grow very used to seeing a bottle on Wisp and also a Urn of Shadows on Wisp. I still don't like a bottle on Wisp because she doesn't really collect the runes. But anyway, we got Pudge ulti getting used on top of some ancients. These guys want to go for the kill on top of those. Just basically gave away the fact that they're doing ancients. And oh my gosh, these guys think that they're doing Roshan because Pudge's ulti. Whenever you do use it as a Pudge, it basically goes global. So basically now the whole entire TeamPyro thinks that they're doing Roshan right now, but they're not doing Roshan. So using the Pudge's ulti around the corner. On top of those ancients, just basically made an unnecessary rotation coming out from TeamPyro, and I think I did scout them out with that Central Ward they have over here. I think it just barely gave them vision, but everybody walking past it, so now they know no Roshan's being done, and they're still pinging it. They want to relocate in. They want CK Woods to relocate in. They're not going to go for it. TP's coming down bottom. Joe on the Nick Assassin. He is around here. He is building something with Urn of Shadows. Very slowly, but very surely, he's still building it. Dagon's getting built as well. No TP's coming up top. These guys do need to defend that because they will be trading a tier 1 for a tier 2. Or sorry, they'll be getting a tier 1 while trading a tier 2 for it, which I don't think is not worth. It's definitely not worth it, especially now when you have all this damage coming up from these guys. They need something to help them out. Darkseer took a lot of damage. Darkseer did go down. Rotation's coming in towards Roshan. No rotation's coming in towards Roshan, but we got who's this? Darkseer plus Nick Assassin going down. They tried to defend as much as they possibly could, but they couldn't defend well enough. And this top tower will be going down. And the death march on the tier 3 could definitely still come down. With Spin and also with Weaver doing as much damage as they're doing, and also with everybody else being as low as they are on TeamPyro, they can't necessarily just relocate in and try to go for the kill. They have to be very careful about it. Was Warlock ulti used? Warlock ulti was not used, so it's still up. And we got the tier 3 being attacked. Arrow from Mirana will fly, it will hit on top of Spin. Spin will be dead. Nerdbeard will have to leave him here to his own devices unless Spin can possibly do anything to run away, but he won't be able to do anything. He's going to be going down. Nerdbeard running away. Spin ulti popped, and he did still go down. Meanwhile, if you take a look at down bottom, Pudge farming up his Hooded Defiance. A little bit late, but it will be here eventually. The Pipe is going to be really useful versus the OD. Still is a BKB. BKB is extremely useful versus an OD. Basically means he can't do any damage. Mechanism almost finished up on Darkseer. He's about 450 gold away from that. As far as everything else goes, we see Weaver, Blinkosphere, slowly but surely coming here. It should be about the 30-minute mark that we see that on top of him, unless he has his ultimate orb already. Which, okay, yeah, he has his ultimate orb already, so probably about the 25-minute mark. We'll see that finished up. So about 3 more minutes for that, unless he dies a little bit. CK does have himself a BKB, which actually will be very useful. Wisp throws on a Sentry Ward, preemptive Sentry Ward, trying to say, hey, there might be somebody here. Nick Assassin actually around the corner. They get a Telestun, they heard it, and they're going to go for the kill on top of Wisp, or on top of Nick Assassin. We got a beautiful hook coming up from Pudge. OD is on the wrong side of the river. He needs to go and throw his ulti. He will be able to throw his ulti soon. There we go. The ulti does fly. Warlock ulti did fly as well. We got a BKB on top of CK. CK didn't take any damage from any of that. Pudge did get his ulti on top of him. Actually, now he's taking a lot of damage. He pops his ulti, does a little bit of damage, juking as much as possibly can. Spin, going full man mode, gets a kill on top of CK, and all in all, TeamPyro do end up losing the fight, and they just might lose. They just might lose this OD. One stun from Spin is all it needs. Spin just needs to get to range. He needs to go and pop his Warcry. He's not gonna go for it. He's not gonna go for it.
I weave your fate.
You know, Warlock Golem is doing a nice little bit of work. We were taking a lot of damage. I think he does a crap ton of damage. It's like a free radiance. That permanent immolation. Jeez, it hurts. Burns the golems nearby enemy units with damage per second. 40 damage per second. That's a radiance. 50 damage per second. That's like better than a. Actually, it's 50 damage. They buffed it recently. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, 50 damage per second. So at level 16, Warlock gets a free radiance on top of his Warlock golems, which have no head. It's weird. Jake on that Darkseer gonna go ahead and deny his mid tower to make sure that they give TeamPyro the least amount of gold possible, and that is the first tower of TeamPyro. And in particular, the gold graph. I'm pretty sure this game is a little bit closer than it seems. The gold graph does show that Cobra Kai's, jeez, it does show that Cobra Kai's are ahead by about 6,000 gold, roughly 5,500 gold. But I mean, come on, we're just like just picking threads here. They're ahead by about that much. And if you take a look at how many towers they have 3 towers to the name, so they have 2 tower advantage. So it's 2,000 gold worth of tower gold versus the other gold worth everybody else. Anyway, we got a fight around the corner. Pudge ultimate fly on top of CK just to make sure he doesn't do more damage. Ryan doing quite a bit of work on top of Pudge himself, and Pudge does go down. Ryan ultimate fly as well. Nick Assassin coming in. Joe wants to go for a kill on top of someone, but these guys are so close by the tower, it doesn't really matter that they use Ryan ulti. Warlock slow is being used. Very nice slow being used by him, just trying to make sure nobody can actually run away and nobody can actually chase. And they will continue to pursue. Nick Assassin trying to see if he can come in and get the kill, or help his ally get the kill, but they will get the kill anyway. And there's TeamPyro once again going down in a fight that seemed advantageous to them, but they did overextend themselves quite a bit.
There's only one rogue knight.
And a gem is purchased by Weaver. Also, his Link Sphere is up too. So Weaver has a gem. That is one of the nastiest people to have a gem. He can basically do ward for his team. And also, I just realized that Nick Assassin and Weaver are on the same team. Of course, I knew they were on the map, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Giving Nick Assassin the gem is actually really useful as well. Not as useful as giving it to Weaver, but Nick Assassin will at least be able to have a heads up and say, oh crap, they see me, and then he'll be able to run away. Meanwhile, on top, we got a Morana. She's trying to run away. Fez is trying to see if he can catch up to Morana if only he had a 4-staff, but he doesn't.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, down bottom tower does go down, so that's officially 4 towers in favor of Cobra Kai's. All in all, overall, 3 towers ahead. They're 3 towers ahead. So 3,000 more gold, 1,000 more gold towards their advantage. Actually, Weaver might be able to go for kill on top of his curry. He's not going to go for it. He shouldn't go for it. He is going to go for it instead. He pops his ulti, uses time lapse to juke out like a boss. And Weaver Pudge goes around the corner just to help him out, just in case. Pudge hook to fly. Pudge hook does get a Warlock, and Warlock probably not the best person to catch. He does have his ulti up, so he can't use it if he needs to. We got a Vendetta. We have a Vendetta Nick Assassin, and we also have a Weaver around the corner. I think I saw that. They saw that they felt the Vendetta damage coming off from the Wisp, and we got the beautiful Beautiful spike carapace coming from Assassin, does quite a bit of damage to Warlock. Warlock can't necessarily do what he wants to. So it's Weaver, but Weaver almost able to get the kill on top of the OD. OD will be able to make it out one alive, and Pudge trying to hook his ally back to safety, but his ally does still die. He does get killed, as opposed to getting killed by one specific person. The creeps do finish him off, or the tower does.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And so ends all of that. So I think really at this point, all Cobra Kai's really need to do is just push all the lanes. Just keep all the lanes pushed, and they're fine. Keep all the lanes pushed. Continue getting Sven his farm, because Sven needs way more farm before he can actually become that dangerous carry. He's still extremely vulnerable right now. He doesn't have a BKB. Just like this is my case in point. Sven is not invulnerable. Or Sven is still very vulnerable right now. And we got relocate coming in from Wiz. He wants to save his ally. He goes up the tether to his ally. His ally does get pulled back by CK. CK Wiz around the corner with a Pudge. Pudge trying to do what he can, and Pudge just go down. Oh, sorry, I called that wrong. Wiz relocate around the front side. That's what it was. And she brings back a Wild Warlock, so Warlock can buy his items and heal on up. He almost has his Aghanim Scepter, about 2 pieces away from that, roughly 800 gold away from that. And who is this in the jungle farming? That is a Darkseer, of course. He's actually has a mechanism which is useful for his team as far as pushing goes, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I don't
attack.
know. Facing all of this, they might be losing this fight, this upcoming fight. Actually, CK low on mana, so that might be useful for to them in the next few seconds. We got Joe on that Nick Assassin, just do as much damage as he possibly can with his Iron Shell, doing a lot of damage to OD. OD going to be going down before he's actually able to react to anything. Nick Assassin pops by carapace before any stun comes off CK, but CK is very luckily out of mana. He is building himself a Yasha, which, I mean, Sanji Yasha is nice on CK. I would prefer to see a Sanj first. He's likely going for a Manta style though, to get more illusions, because more illusions equals more damage. But Sanji Yasha, the reason why I say Sanji Yasha is because I really do like seeing Heaven's Halberd on top of CK. Having that ability to have that evasion, 25% evasion versus all the damage coming out from Weaver and Sven and Darkseer and Pudge and Nick Assassin, it might just turn the fight. And also, I think his illusions do get the evasion as well, so that makes your illusions technically more tanky. But Manta style, that gives you more illusions to do more damage, so why not? It also gives you an ability to dodge Sven's stun if you time it correctly. As far as items go, we see Yasha's up on Mirana as well. She's built a Manta style of her own, as opposed to going for that Diffusal Blade first. We have OD, he finally has his 4-staff, so he's actually able to survive a little bit longer in all these fights. Warlock, one entire piece away from his Aghanim Scepter, and Sven, no BKB cell, Warlock DC, and once again, arrow from Mirana, it does fly. It does hit on top of Sven. These guys do want to go for the kill before these guys do pause, but Warlock is not in this fight, and he actually needs to be in this fight. No pause is going to be coming out, no pause will be used, and there's a lot of damage getting done around the corner. CK, he says he's going full man mode. He's trying to go for the kill. Warlock hasn't reconnected just yet, but if he was involved in this fight would have definitely been over by now. Just one rock getting dropped by Warlock, that would have been everybody dead. Mirana arrow to fly again. She's trying to go for the kill. There we go. Never mind. Darkseid picks up a kill on top of that CK. CK does go down. I think it was a huge issue. It was a huge issue coming up from these guys. And we got GG getting thrown out by some of the spectators. But yeah, if Warlock was involved in that fight, I'm pretty sure that that fight would have been over already. And we got spectators just having fun. Just saying, respect the players. I don't I really don't care how high level they are or how low level they are. Just don't trash talk the players. I don't care if you're a spectator or a caster. It's not our place to just trash talk the players for no apparent reason. And of course, that's it for no reason. Yeah, sure, we can make jokes saying, "Oh man, Darkseer did this," or "Oh man, Nick Assassin, blah blah blah." But come on, guys. Yes, I agree. In a professional type of environment, you don't want to do that. Now, of course, if we're just talking like in a forum or something, yeah, throw a few jokes like, "Oh man, Luminous is so bad because blah blah blah," or "Oh man, did you see No Tails do this blah blah blah?" It's like, yeah, sure, you do that all you want, but not right now. Not in the middle of a game when people are recording and people will watch this and they'll reflect and say, "Hey, that guy's a jerk." Anywho. So we got the weight coming out once again. Paul's once again on Warlock. He's like you said before, he's having issues with his connection. And still, in that fight, if you just take a look at that whole entire fight, Warlock, all he had to do was just throw down one Fatal Bond and then throw his ulti. CK wanted to go for the kill. Mirana arrow, it did hit somebody. I didn't see who it hit, but it hit. I don't remember who it hit. I mean, but it hit somebody important. And basically, CK and Whisk would have went in. CK would have stunned one. They would have pulled somebody in, get a telestun, and Warlock ult would have fell right on top of everybody. And he also threw out his Fatal Bonds. OD ult would have fell and hit everybody essentially twice. Warlock ult would have hit everybody essentially twice. Mirana, she could have been doing her DPS in the background. I mean, it could have been a nasty fight for them. But they decided, TeamPyro decided, hey, we got an arrow. We need to go for a kill and then pause. And that's exactly what led to that downfall. And that whole entire fight. Not having Warlock in that fight, that was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. And so here we are. We have Cobra Kai's essentially marching down bottom. I think somebody's watching the stream of the game. Anyway, we got an arrow coming out from Mirana on top of Pudge. Pudge getting stunned, not the wall, gets stunned the wall. There we go. Warlock trying to get some damage on top of Weaver. There's ulti for Warlock, but it's way too little, way too late. His allies are already dead, and pretty much nothing too impressive. Warlock golem does go down. Free gold going towards Darkseid, if I'm not mistaken. And Weaver almost has a Desolator. Hook from Pudge does pull Warlock in, and Warlock not in the happiest place in the world. He goes down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So as far as things to talk about around the map, let's see. We have the items. I talked about those extensively already, except for the fact that Weaver has a gem. Oh no, I talked about that too. Warlock almost has his Agony Scepter. Darkseid, he's trying to build an Agony Scepter of his own. I think he's a lot closer. Actually, Pudge gets his ulti on top of Roshan. These guys want to go for a kill on top of that. And Darkseid, he's about 800 gold away from his Agony Scepter, which would be really nice, making an illusion of his allies, and also doing a little bit more damage. Roshan very slowly but surely going down. They need a Desolator on Weaver already. But after this Roshan goes down, Weaver should have his Desolator completely finished. Nick Assassin is hogging the curry right now though, so he's getting his Dagon level 2 probably. Yep, Dagon level 2. OP, please nerf. Roche goes down, nobody picks up. I think Sven needs this. Sven needs to go pick it up. Sven, you need to pick it up. And they're gonna let Pudge have it instead. Very interesting choice of people to pick it up. As far as Pudge goes, Pudge decided to build a Vanguard instead. I would not advise it, especially this late on in the game. It's reached its it's past its point of effectiveness. There you go. Blocking 40 damage versus CK, who's hitting for 125 plus 27. So CK is essentially hitting Pudge for 20 damage whenever Pudge does get a block. Mirana, she's probably hitting for about the same. Actually, she's hitting a little bit less. Whisk is not hurting all that much, but OD, he's hurting quite a bit. I definitely do think that Pudge should have went for that Hood of Defiance, as opposed to going for the Vanguard. But he throws out a hook, gets nobody. Nick Assassin, Weaver does have a gem, and he actually went back to get his Desolator. He's way back here. His team needs him up front. And Mirana ulti was used. Nobody necessarily able to do anything or set up anything off of that. And it's actually a really interesting game. Whisk does have her. Whoa. I swear OD got caught with that. And arrow coming up from Mirana. Will it hit anybody? It will not hit anybody. But yes, Whisk finally building that mechanism. I think it should have been on her a long time ago, but it is nonetheless coming up, and it will be here. Better late than never, I always say. So I got pings around the corner. Haste room for Darkseid, and the bottom lane is getting pushed in. And now TeamPyro is just playing extremely afraid. They don't really want to go out. They just want to fish on Mirana arrows. Mirana arrow just barely missing Fez. Fez is going to be pretty happy about that, feeling like a boss. But no true engagement can happen on top of these guys because of the hook. And we got a hook coming up from Pudge. It does miss everything. Warlock did throw his Fatal Bond, so they're going to go ahead and punch these creeps as much as they possibly can, do as much damage as possible. Not a whole lot of damage getting done. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Weaver solo killing that bottom tower. Look at the damage coming up from Weaver. Nick Assassin here as well. He's going to help out his ally. As tower will be going down. Beetles do fly, and we will be able to scout out things around the corner.
Radiant's bottom tower
Pink's going on
has
top of
fallen.
Pudge, saying, or Pink's going on top of Sven, saying, hey, Sven's over here. BKB up on Sven. He's going to have that for the next team fight. Yasha recipe purchased up by CK, but no, excuse me, no ultimate orb. It's probably a clutch purchase before he died last time. And we got up top, the creeps coming in. Somebody needs to deal with this, but we got a rotation coming in from Nick Assassin, who has been deaded up. He's trying to see what he can see. And is there any detection? There is not any detection on the side of TeamPyro, which actually might be a huge mistake for these guys. Meanwhile, Nick Assassin just doing what he does, stalking as much as he possibly can, and so far, not so far, right now we see both sides are just backing off. I'm going to go ahead and farm with the bigger items. Sven probably going to take on the Ancients, double damage for him if he wants it. We got Darkseer trying to farm up his Aghanim Scepter, which is complete right now, so he'll have that bought to him, and he'll have all the damage, all the deeps in the world from his ulti, and also from his allies, of course. Aghanim Scepter, I'm sorry, Aghanim Scepter, Aegis up on Pudge. I still don't like that pickup for Pudge, but he does go for the Hood of Defiance anyway. He went for the Vanguard, and then he went for the Hood of Defiance. Vanguard probably a hold off item before he finishes Hood of Defiance, but I'm pretty sure he got the Vanguard within the past 5 to 6 minutes. So even still, it's pretty late for Vanguard. You typically want to have a Vanguard probably for about 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, at about the 20-minute mark, and then it becomes less useful at about the 30-minute mark. So Pudge was just barely scraping the edge when he picked it up, probably. Likely. I can't go back and watch the replay to see when he picked it up actually, but my point being, it's not as useful as a Vanguard or as a Hood of Defiance. And actually delayed his Hood of Defiance by I think about the same exact amount of gold. Anyway, we got a Marana ulti being used in base defensively, so I can rotate around the corner and try to see what they can get. Marana arrow does fly, it hits a Pudge. These guys can't engage on top of that. They want to go for it. They're going to go for the kill. Spin is ready. He's pops. Oh, sorry. He's trying to get a stun. Beautiful ulti coming up from Warlock. He didn't throw his Fatal Bonds first though, but it doesn't matter. Lewis does go down. OD ulti did not fly just yet. He needs to go ahead and throw it as fast as he possibly can. And there's a Dust of Appearance getting thrown. OD does get does get his ulti. Or sorry, does cancel Pudge's ulti. He's trying to throw his ulti. Right. OD hasn't thrown his ulti yet. I don't know how many times I said ulti. There we go. We got OD. OD could have saved his ally if he Astral Imprisonment to him, but he didn't instead. And there we go, beautiful hook coming up from Pudge. Holy crap, holy good plays, Batman. Darkseer throws out his wall, his new and improved wall. Weaver just needs to run on through it. Okay, he doesn't.
Radiant's middle
Wait,
tower is under attack.
wait. Hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. See, I thought it was before. Aghanim Scepter on Darkseer's wall. It made you lose your allies. But of course, guys, I'm CulBlu and I am drunk. So I know not of what I speak, it just increases the damage that it does, of course. Because that'll be silly, making illusions of your allies. That'll be silly. OD trying to come in for something, he almost gets hooked by Pudge, and he actually eats a beetle, or he has a beetle eating his toes right now. Which is funny, because OD doesn't touch the ground, so I don't know how a beetle latches on. Magic, that's how he does it. Arrow to fly from Marana, she's just fishing for arrows like Pudge fishes for hooks. Gets a hit on top of Darkseer. Darkseer might be in a little bit of trouble. These guys are going to try to go for the kill. Pudge trying to get a hook on his ally, but it's not fast enough. And Weaver coming around the corner. Weaver might be in a little bit of trouble. Warlock ulti is not really there, so it won't be able to fly. We got Warlock taking a lot of damage. He forced himself away forward. Pudge gets ulti on top of somebody. OD ulti to fly, but it doesn't do nearly enough damage. Mechanism pop by Darkseer, and I think this might be a dead OD, but no, OD does make it out alive. CK wants to go for the kill on top of Pudge. Pudge doesn't have enough HP to survive all of this, and we got a fight happening on the corner. Weaver might be going out here soon. CK did not throw his stun in time, and Weaver will be able to Sakuchi away like a boss. Taking a look at the goal graph, as you guys can see right there, the goal graph is heavily in favor of Cobra Kai's. Jeez, I keep slightly forgetting their names, but Cobra Kai's. The side of Team Cobra Kai's, they're actually doing really well. As far as the goal graph goes, and as far as the XP graph goes, I'm pretty sure they're doing the same exact thing, relatively speaking. That's not goal graph. There you go. Yep, essentially showing the same story. And if this game does go on any longer, I'm pretty sure it's going to take an extremely long time before they hit, before everybody hits level 25. So, mainly because TeamPyro is spending a lot of time hanging out in their base, trying to protect their base, and they're very afraid to go out, despite the fact that they have a Wisp and they have a CK, which is ironic as crap, because typically you see the Wisp and the CK relocate all over the place and kill everything. But one of the biggest things that's lacking right now is the vision around the map, and we got a Warlock DCing once again. CK almost, he's about 300 gold away from his Mantis style, which would be nice if he had more damage as far as strength goes for his illusions, but he doesn't necessarily have the damage to follow it up to give them more make them more useful. Moving on to Mirana, she almost has her main cell as well. She has one recipe away from that being fully completed. Moving on to Warlock. He's trying to build himself an Aghanim Scepter. And what else? What other impressive items do we see on the map? We see not really anything. OD way from building himself a BKB, which will be really useful in these fights. Especially considering the fact that Nyx Assassin can just essentially mana burn OD and OD will die. I think it's getting to that point. Let's see, it multiplies intelligence multiplied by 5, so destroys a target hero's mana equal to a multiplier of intelligence and deals damage equal to the mana burned. Just so you guys know, and also just so I can make sure I'm telling you guys the right thing. So it multiplies it by 5 at its current point in time, and OD has, what is that? That is 90 intelligence. I think that's 90. So 90 times 5, of course, because CulBlu's bad at multiplying by 5. That's not true. I'm bad at multiplying by other numbers, but just not 5. So 90 times 5 equals 450 damage that OD will fill for free. And I think that's magic damage, so it does get reduced by 25%. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is magical damage, so it does get reduced by 25%. So times 0.75 equals, so OD will fill a whole entire 337.5 damage. That's essentially equal to a whole entire nuke, and it costs Nyx Assassin how much mana? It costs him 100 mana to do that much damage to OD. And oh, by the way, it does burn his mana, which OD at this point, he does have quite a bit of mana. So I guess it's not that huge of a deal. But it's still damage nonetheless, and it also burns his mana pool, which is not useful, or not fun for an OD, who does get free mana if he just casts a spell anyway, so it balances out, but just know he feels a lot of damage from it. And we got Warlock reconnecting, perfect timing. Weaver building himself a butterfly, farming up the Ancients, trying to get as much gold as possible. And what is Darkseer farming? Darkseer looks like he's farming himself up, probably a refresher. So he'll have that up. And Mirana once again fishing for arrows, or sorry, fishing for kills. Arrow does fly, it does miss everything completely once again. And we got Pudge around the corner with the Invis rune. He's looking for a kill. He only has 7 fleshy stacks, gets a hook on top of a creep, and now he instantly revealed the fact that his team's around the corner. Weaver beetles do fly. They did not launch on Warlock. Warlock goes on a Sentry Ward. And now we got Nyx Assassin coming in. Nyx Assassin does do quite a bit of damage, but these guys didn't know that he was here. They're trying to do as much damage as possible. Wuss will be able to get the 10th stun on top of him, and there's all the damage getting done in the world. CK able to get the kill on top of that. Warlock's still alive, which is huge. Because they need him in these fights. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that, but they need Warlock alive in these fights. If Warlock can get Fatal Bonds off, and then he can get his ulti off, and then you have OD follow up with his ulti, then that can pretty much end the life of everybody on the enemy team. It looks like OD getting cut out. Warlock ulti to fly, no Fatal Bonds just yet. He's going to throw his Fatal Bonds. A lot of damage getting done. He's actually channeling his slow. I don't know who's really going down just yet, but I see a Darkseer wall getting thrown. I heard BKB getting popped by CK. CK wants to go for the kill on top of Pudge, gets the kill on top of Pudge, and now he's going to go ahead and try to turn for the kill on top of Darkseer. But the double golems are down on the ground. Triple kill for Weaver around the backside, and CK trying to get a triple kill of his own. He does have a double kill so far, and actually Warlock might be able to get the kill on top of Darkseer. He's taking slowly but surely, and oh my god, so close to going down. Actually, no, if Weaver takes a little bit more damage, he actually might be going down. No, there we go, it does end. The Fatal Bonds does end, but if Warlock would have threw his Fatal Bonds before, I'm pretty sure that would have been a team wipe in their favor. So definitely something to consider, guys. If you at all possibly can, throw your Fatal Bonds first. It does have a nice little long cast time, and it does take a little bit of your time. It gives away the surprise a little bit, but if you can cast your Fatal Bonds first, then drop your ulti, and then have OD follow up with his ulti, which he actually didn't use at all, you can pretty much get the kill on top of everybody. And I'm really not sure what OD7 is ulti for every single time.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, sure, it does have a long cooldown, but pretty much Weaver's HP plus Darkseer's HP, that would have been wiped away completely with just one ulti of OD. Butterfly fully purchased up by Weaver, and Pudge Pipe of Insight is purchased up by him. Weaver Desolator is doing quite a bit of work on these creeps. And just in case you guys don't forget, or sorry, just in case you guys forgot, don't forget Desolator does not proc on the second attack. It only procs on the first one. Just random facts. Gemini attack, that is. So if you can see, actually you can't see, he attacks fast enough to where it looks like it was 2 Desolators. But don't worry, guys, the second one was just normal beetles. We'll see eventually. I'll get to prove my point sooner or later. Here we go. Hold on, he might prove it here. Yes, okay, yeah. That second one was a beetle. That was clearly a beetle, not fire thing. There we go. That's a better picture of it. And we will be seeing T5 on the corner. Warlock ulti is on cooldown. He's actually getting caught in the worst way possible by Pudge. And actually OD did disrupt Nick's assassin. There's a Warlock going down around the corner. Marn ulti did fly, so we'll be able to keep these guys alive. And oh man, Nick's assassin. Not Nick's assassin, Weaver, not able to stay in front to actually keep a vigilant on his allies. Pipe was popped by Pudge just to make sure they didn't feel any more damage. And arrow does fly from Mirana, and it will miss everything. Mask Command is popped by Sven. Sven does have his BKB. He's also building himself an AC, which is actually really nice item for him to have. I really do think he needs to just go ahead and build like Chrysalis though. Especially with all the damage that he's doing right now. Sven does go, he wants to go full man mode. He actually wants to go for kills instead of go for the tower. He's actually BKB popped by CK. CK wants to go for kills on Sven. That'll be the easiest kill of his life if he can just catch up. He needs one more reality rift. He actually doesn't get it, but it doesn't matter. He gets his damage off. And there's a beautiful arrow coming off from Mana. Beautiful reality rift coming off from CK. Pudge trying to get a kill on top of CK. He doesn't know which one's real one. Mechanism popped by a dark suit, but it's not enough. Arrow from Mirana did save life, and there's OD. OD did quite a bit of damage to himself, and he does go down to the Weaver eventually. Meanwhile, we got CK turn around, trying to throw a stun on top of Weaver, but Weaver does just barely block it with his Link Sphere. He's actually taking a lot of damage. DPS coming out from Mirana, also DPS coming out from the CK. CK getting hit with that tether, and beautiful reality coming out from CK, and Mirana might be going out here soon. Mirana will be able to make us all alive. We'll say, hey bro, you better get away from me. German True Sight dropped on the ground. And CK, what are you building? It would seem that CK is building either a Battle Fury or a Tornado Stick. Or a Bloodstone. Actually, he can be building a number of things. Hopefully, I don't know, Refresher CK. I've actually never considered that. I would imagine that CK doesn't have the mana pool to deal with the Refresher CK. Let's see, what could he be building? He could build a Sheep Stick, he could build a Tornado Stick, or he can build a Refresher Orb, Bloodstone, Link Sphere, or Battle Fury. Maybe Link Sphere. Maybe Battle Fury. Battle Fury is not necessarily the best thing in the world because your illusions don't get the cleave, despite the animation. But it does give some really nice damage. And actually, we'll see you go ahead and relocate somewhere. I see pings up top. They want to go for the kill on top of this Nick's assassin. They can definitely go for it because CK does have himself a gem. And they need to go for it now if they want to go for it. That is the easiest kill of their life if they do go for it. And they will not go for it. Oh my gosh, you need to be aggressive when you have a CK list. That's pretty much free kills every single time. Med style popped by CK. He wants to go for the kill on top of his tower. And BKB popped by Spain. Hook coming out from Pudge. It does miss Whisk because she decided to stand still. Beautiful ulti coming up from Warlock. Fatal Bonds does fly finally, but it's a little bit too. Sorry, right after the ulti. CK just tanky as crap. He's trying to do what he can. He's doing quite a bit of damage. He gets a kill on top of 1. He gets a kill on top of 2. Pudge is instantly on the run. And Nick's assassin did TP in. Excuse me, gets stunned up by the CK. CK punched him in the face for 4 entire seconds. Whisk doesn't have another tether, so it doesn't really matter. CK is able to get a triple kill off on top of that. And this is certainly a huge turn of events. Arrow does fly from Mirana. I don't think it really hit anything, but it's just flying to see if they can catch anybody. Nobody that did get caught. Nerdbeard coming over here. Nerdbeard needs to be really careful because CK does have the Geometry Sights. And his illusions do get Geometry Sight, or when they are parked, but it doesn't matter. Bottom tower does get denied. Weaver denied middle tower, never mind. CK popped himself a Mantis Style of his own. He can send his illusions to scout out for him, because like I said, they do have that True Sight aura. Don't forget that, which is really, really sweet. That's free vision. That's a free scout. You can know exactly where all the important people are. Region Renewal up top. They're going to give it to probably Warlock, because he's the only one who needs it. No. OD bottles it up. And OD ulti's up. And CK is actually building a heart. I'm still questioning the crap out of that voice stone. If anything, we should build more regions so that way CK can have more mana. But I wouldn't say that CK needs a voice stone because it's not as helpful to him as just building his damage items, just going all out, just going full retard and killing everything. And if he really wants to, he can build himself a Battle Fury, which wouldn't be that horrible an idea because it does give him damage, and I think his illusions do get that plus damage. But I don't know. Pudge ulti in that Roshan. These guys do know Roshan's getting done. Not too sure if he realized the fact that it's a global hearing that gets done on that. And Spin's actually tanking Roshan right now. He's actually taking a lot of damage. He gets healed up by Darkseer. And Weaver actually picks it up, so Weaver's actually a really nice carry of the ages as well. He's built himself a he's built himself a Daedalus. He doesn't have room. He wants to hold on to his magic wand, which he really needs to go ahead and sell because it's not really doing anything for him. At this point in time, magic wand, you can get 15 charges, and you can it heals you for 15 per charge. So 10 charges heal you for 150. 5 more charges heals you for 60 plus 15, so 100. 270. Wait, hold on. 200 and. I don't know, 200 something. Wuss doing some D-Warner. She gets hooked up by Pudge, and she's actually in a lot of trouble. Having Wuss down right now is actually huge. That means that sorry. That means that Cobra Kai's, they won't be able to feel, or they won't feel that pressure of having Wuss on map. But honestly, with the players coming up from TeamPyro right now, they have not necessarily been using Wuss to her fullest. Especially in that moment where they won that team fight mid. Oh jeez. There we go, I control the map, woohoo! Where they essentially won that team fight mid and they were pushing right here, and they had a Nyx Assassin who was just hanging out right up here, just casually killing creeps. CK had a gem. CK had a gem in his inventory. All they had to do was just have CK Wuss relocate up top. They might have gotten one TP trying to save Nyx Assassin's life, but even if they would have got that, they would have probably forced a buyback or two, and then they would have been able to just probably get that kill before anybody was able to help, and then just derp on away. But they did not decide to use it to its full effect, which I actually think it might be the counter turning point to the turning point that they had created earlier by winning that team fight mid. Which of course they won that team fight because Warlock was involved in the fight. Just pointing that out, guys. Warlock ulti OP, please nerf. No, don't nerf. It's reasonably OP. Pudge trying to build himself something pretty. I think at this point, having a boost of travel on Pudge is really, really useful. Pudge is not necessarily the best pusher of lanes, but he does have Rot, so I guess it's pushing enough. He can't necessarily push the towers, I guess, that's what I'm trying to say. But having boost of travel on Pudge, that can keep all your lanes relatively pushed. It's almost equal to having someone like a Leshrac or having someone like a Tinker or Coddle pushing your lanes. And we got pings going on mid. I don't know who is this. That's Mirana. Mirana needs to go ahead and run away. She leaps away. She's going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Weaver does not have another gem, if I'm not mistaken. He has Aegis instead. He should go ahead and build his Desolator and replace his Magic Wand, but he wants to hold on to those 4 wand charges, because he'll get the whole entire 60 mana from it, which is one whole entire Sakuchi. Pudge hooked the fly. Does not really latch on top of anything. Sentry Ward's placed mid by the Radiant. So TeamPyro trying to play safe as much as they possibly can. They're turtling as hard as they possibly can, and this is like saying, hey, no, we want to get our farm first. And I still don't understand this voice tone for CK. It's just a casual voice tone. Casual voice tone. I would argue that instead of going for the voice tone, CK should go for Urn of Shadows if he wants some mana regeneration. So the Wards do get scouted out, they do get killed. I think Nyx Assassin has the gem for his team. Yes, he does. He has a dagger on level 5 as well. He doesn't have an E-Blade just yet, though, but once he has it, it'll be pretty nice. Age is getting reclaimed in about 3 minutes time, as you guys saw the timer just pop up. And if you take a look at the XP graph not really changing too much, gold graph not really changing too much. The items are changing quite a bit, though. Warlock's going straight up for, like I said, he's going for Aghanim Scepter Refresher, so he's going straight up for that Refresher. That would be nice to have, but I think after he pops both of those, he won't have any mana for anything. Because a Refresher does cost like 300 or 800 mana, I don't know, hold on, how much? 375 mana. And yeah, his ulti costs 300 mana, so 300 mana. So he pops his ulti, pops his ulti, pops a Refresher Aura, throws down his ulti. That is a whole entire 1200 mana. He won't have any mana for anything else. Maybe a Fatal Bond. So he can throw a Fatal Bond, pop his Arcane Boots. Or sorry, throw a Fatal Bond, throw his ulti, pop his Arcane Boots, and then throw a Refresher, throw his ulti again, and then possibly get a kill on top of something. But anyway. The fight's starting to happen. Somebody's initiating the fight. They're trying to initiate the fight as much as they possibly can, but the counters to the initiations are coming out. And we got CK ult to the fly. Beautiful ulti from Warlock. He does catch a lot of people, and that's a lot of damage. The Nyx Assassin instantly going down. And we got the fight around the corner. Pudge ult to the fly on top of CK, but CK has himself a BKB. He felt no damage. Weaver trying to run away as fast as possibly can. Warlock channeling his his slow around the corner. Jim does go down. Observables do go down as well. Weaver's taking a little bit of damage. Warlock does go away because he has a bad computer, so he DCs Jim. Aegis has popped, and Weaver's the only one alive right now. And like I said before, guys, Warlock needs to be involved in these fights. He was involved in this fight. That fight got completely turned around from any initiation that that CK was trying to start. CK being the dire side, and they just got stomped in front of the base of TeamPyro. But of course, Warlock DC'd again. Looks like they're gonna wait for him to respond before they pause again, which you know, is reasonable. It's respectful to let the death timer go down first and then pause when they come back up. Because if you pause it while he's dead, I mean, when he comes back, he's gonna be dead anyway. So they're gonna go ahead and push while they can. Warlock golems do go down, and all the illusions in the world coming out around the corner, punching as much as they possibly can. CK needs to go ahead and buy his item, but he has a gem yet. Weaver's Sakuchiing right on through the illusions, trying to do as much damage as possible. There we go, Warlock's back up, so we might see a pause happen here soon. Vendetta up on top of Joe on that Nyx Assassin. He won't be able to do enough damage to kill CK, but he will be able to make him chew away. CK actually doesn't have a BK, or sorry, doesn't have a TP right now, and we got CK going to be going down. And Warlock is not connected right now, so they let it keep going. I think now will be the best time to pause. Just saying, just saying. But yeah, Butterfly on top of Weaver, his Aegis was popped already. He's holding on to that magic wand. He feels that it's so useful. I'm sorry, he feels that it's so relevant right now that he's gonna hold on to it. But guys, just to reiterate why it's not as useful to have something like a magic wand on your persons right now. I'm going to pop out the calculator because I need to do more math, and calculators help me out with math. So 15 times 15 equals 225 mana restored from using a fully charged up wand. So 225 mana added to Weaver's 1,841 mana. What percentage is that? Let's go and do that. Because percentages are easy numbers to look at. 10841. So Weaver can heal, let's see, times 100. Weaver can heal a whole entire 12% of his HP from one full entire magic wand, one whole entire time. And I'm pretty sure 12% of his HP is not a lot at this point in time. Versus the heart, which restores what, 4% of your HP, max HP? Over time, which Weaver can probably start working on if he really wants to go for one. But he's going for a Daedalus instead. Or Desolator instead. Daedalus, yeah. Daedalus instead. Vacuum Wall from Darkseer. Darkseer does get Astral Imprisonmented. He should be fine. And this middle tower will be going down.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So these guys are trying to see if they can go for a fight. Refresher is not up just yet on top of Warlock. He's a long ways away from that. He's throwing out his Fatal Bonds though, which is actually really nice. Nice little bit of damage to everybody. I think it's HP removal, so it doesn't really matter. Morana ulti to fly. I think they want to initiate on top of this. They're pinging down bottom. They want to kill his Weaver. And Weaver, he did pop his ulti already. So Warlock throws out the. I think he threw out the heal, and there's a dust pop by Warlock, very slow dust, and we got somebody getting caught inside Astral Prison. I'm not too sure who it is, but they will be dead. That is Nyx assassin getting done, and Weaver actually gets caught inside that corner of that. They actually do have vision on him. CK does have that gem, and these guys are chasing. Weaver's on Lincoln Sphere was off cooldown. He goes down as well, and these guys need to go ahead and push right now as fast as possible can. Wiz does have relocate up, so they can go for a kill somewhere else, or they could just TP up top and just do some split pushing on their own, which you can definitely do. We got the BKBs getting popped by one side, BKBs popped by the other side. Spin trying to run as fast as possible can. Needs to pop his war cry. I'm not too sure why he hasn't popped it just yet, but he's moving slow as crap because it doesn't have it. He goes down. Darkseer come around the corner, Hatred on top of him. He needs to run as fast as possible. Wiz can actually relocate in front of him if she is in tune with her abilities, and that's a free kill on top of Darkseer. But I mean, they're pushing mid anyway, so why the freaking that? Looks like they're gonna go ahead and go for the Death March. The Death Ball March begins, and Roshan's back up in another 2 minutes. So after these mid racks go down, I think they'll rotate towards Roshan, or maybe there'll be another fight at Roshan, because it looks like it's going to probably take him about a whole entire 42 seconds to kill this, especially with the Weaver coming back. I mean, OD getting caught with the hook. OD needs to go and throw his ulti. He's not throwing his ulti reset. He goes down very fast. Darkseer throws out his vacuum wall combination. Wiz goes down. A lot of loot is getting created by CK. CK doing as much damage as possible. Needs to go and focus that tower. Says screw the fight. No, he's actually going to turn around and go for the fight on top of everybody. Oh my god, so much damage getting done. Morana getting killed on top of Darkseer. CK doing primary most of that damage. And oh my Jesus, look at all the damage coming around the corner. Nyx assassin throws out the impale. Throws out what he can. Weaver gets himself a double kill, but I don't think it matters. CK doing too much damage, and he's actually trying to get a Weaver, but Weaver, Link's Sphere was popped, and Morana's actually on the run. Pops her ulti. No gem on top of either Weaver or Nyx assassin, if I'm not mistaken. And Morana should be able to make us on alive. One more attack is all Weaver needs. He's trying to get Sakucha into Morana. Morana has no TP scroll, so she will not be able to TP out of this one. She's going to have to bide her time. I know, okay, I see what it was. I think CK made an illusion of himself. So that basically gave the illusion the vision to help Weaver chase Morana. But the illusion did lose vision of her. And also so did Weaver. And CK has a heart. And now he's built himself a battle fairy? My sentiments exactly. I think it's kind of funny too. Daedalus is purchased up by Weaver. What else do we have? We have Match purchased up Morana. I don't think I called that out before, but I shall call it out now. Refresher's up on Darkseer as well, so he can actually pop his Refresher, get a double wall going. Some double wall and vacuum action going. Spin almost has his AC up. And Goldgraph is, you know, lingering a little bit towards bottom, starting to balance out, and the XP graph is actually coming right back up towards that 0 mark, and that's mainly a result of the fact that this game is going on long enough to where everybody's starting to hit that 25 mark. If you take a look at the hero levels, I'm pretty sure at least 2 people inside of the dire side, which is Cobra Kai's. There, at least 2 people are level 25, and of course, because I said that, only 1 person is level 25, and that is the Weaver. And that's actually the third Roshan, so Cheese gets used. Nick Sassy needs to go ahead and go back to base and heal up. I really do hope he doesn't use Cheese to heal up. But he's actually going to save it. And in this instance, I think Sven will be the better carry of Cheese, because Sven needs to stay alive. Sven has an AC up. He needs to carry to bring it out. Actually, no, he's a Hyperstone, so he's a little bit ways away from that. But having that additional armor is really going to help out. Help him survive all the auto attacks coming out from CK. And I would elaborate on the armor, but I'll actually wait for another more opportune moment to talk about the armor and why it's more effective in the late game than damage block. Arrow from Mirana does hit on top of Darkseer. Jake gonna go ahead and stand still. We got the ulti coming out. Oh, sorry, we got CK coming in. He's gonna go pop his BKB, pop his ulti, Pudge picks up a illusion, and the ulti from Warlock does fly on top of Weaver. Weaver instantly going out. It's to give City right here. We got, oh my gosh, a cluster crap of people. So many illusions. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's really going on. But I see people down. I see Warlock just went down. He's already passed his gift when his Wiz does go down on the corner. You know, we got OD trying to man up, trying to go for the kill on top of something. He threw his ulti as well. And oh my gosh, so many illusions. I'm not too sure who's on what side, but Darkseer has so many freaking illusions right now. Weaver's trying to run as fast as possible he can. CK does have a gem, so he can follow him to the gates of hell, and he will be throwing a stun as soon as he possibly can. Weaver will be able to block nothing, and he goes down. Link's Fear is on cooldown. Pudge trying to get a hook on his ally. His ally did go down first, and there's a 4-step forward from OD. There's also a 4-step forward on Pudge, and that ends the fight. And we got OD trying to run as fast as possible can. Pudge might be able to line up a hook to be a boss, but we got the creeps kill his top tier 3 tower. Tier 3 tower will be going out, and there's a free tower. You do not want to give up tier 3s, especially not in this situation. CK was on the side of TeamPyro, which technically they should be having an advantage, but they're not using it to its full advantage, like I said before. And with all of this craziness going down, Battle Fury is purchased up by CK. He did go for the Battle Fury, like I said before. Not necessarily the best item in the world, but it's not the worst item in the world either. Battle Fury started off as more of a farming type item, because it only gives you a 35% cleave, which is great for farming out creep waves, but I mean, when you only hit for, well, okay, CK hits for 900, which is a lot. So 35% of 900 is about 300 damage in a giant AoE, which is essentially a free nuke with just an auto attack when he crits. It's not as effective as something like a Chrysalis would be, because that'll give his illusions more damage as well. He actually drops a gem. I think CK needs to be the primary carrier of that gem, but he might be going for a Daedalus as we speak. And Warlock slowly but surely trying to finish himself up a Lincoln Sphere. Or not Lincoln Sphere, Refresher Orb. And I think he's about 600 gold away from that. Pudge around the corner, I'm trying to see if he can go for a hook. If he does hook somebody, it needs to be Warlock, because CK can just eat him alive after Pudge's ulti. And yes, okay, so now that we have some downtime, finally, now that we finally have some downtime. And let me go and talk about armor real fast. So, essentially, for every 1 point of armor that you have, you effectively reduce the incoming damage that you feel by 6%. So if you just add up all the armor that CK has, up to a cap, of course, up to a certain point. I think a certain point is like 71% physical damage reduction or something like that. And Weaver has Boots of Travel, which is actually really nice. That's really useful. But moving on to CK, CK has 17 armor, which is quite a bit of armor. If we do multiply out the numbers, I think it stops at 20. So let me go ahead and do that. 6 times 20 equals 120%, so yeah, okay, 120% reduction. CK has 17 armor. 17 times 6? Yeah, 6. And that's 102% damage reduction that he feels. So he pretty much feels half the damage that's coming towards him because he has that much armor. And that scales with people's raw damage as opposed to anything else. So, oh my gosh, we got Sven popping a BKB. That is huge. His BKB will not be up for the next team fight, and that's also a 4-second BKB now, guys. Sven has essentially no magic immunity, and these guys do want to go for Roshan once again, but Roshan is not up for a whole entire 6 minutes. They're only run as fast as possible can, but CK Woods need to go ahead and relocate down bottom and kill the Weaver. CK did have the gem, he doesn't have it anymore. He decides to build the Hyperstone instead. I really do think that was a huge mistake. I'm dead serious, guys. The Battle Fury was a huge mistake. It's not the hugest mistake in the world, but not having the gem, that's a huge mistake, especially when you have the Weaver right now. Shiva's, yeah, there we go, never mind. Gem coming up on Mirana. So Mirana is the one to hold on to the gem. She throws out an arrow. Arrow does just barely miss everything. Excuse me. And Weaver beetles the flyer on the backside. And yeah, that pretty much ends an engagement of nothing happening. CK Wisp, what they can do is CK Wisp can just relocate down bottom and push his tower for free, and then relocate back home, start doing some backdoor split pushing type stuff, which is definitely a legit strat. Otherwise, they're going to beat their head against the wall, because the way that they're playing right now is exactly the way that CK want to play right now, or Cobra Kai's. And actually, oh man, Hook coming up from Pudge right on top of Darkseid. Darkseid getting pulled right back in. Darkseid goes down. Needless to say, Darkseid goes down. And we got pings getting thrown around the corner saying, hey, there's somebody over here. CK listening to relocate somewhere and kill the tower, or kill somebody. They see there's a Weaver up top. Actually, probably Whisper Morana. That would probably, nah. See, it's really hard to say who should go in, but I think at this point CK Wish should still go in. CK does need some detection, or maybe Wish should carry the gem instead. She does have Desolate Appearance, so that's good enough. But Weaver's doing the thing that he should be doing, which is split pushing like a boss. He wants to go ahead and kill these racks. If he can kill the racks, this tower pushes by itself automatically. But meanwhile, we got a fight happening on front of the base. We got a lot of damage getting done. Double wall getting used by the Darkseer. Everybody's getting caught inside of it. Astral Imprisonment on top of somebody. I didn't see who it was. BKB popped by Spin, but only lasts for 4 seconds, so it's pretty much gone right now. Meanwhile, we got BKB popped by OD. OD will be able to make us online because of Morana ulti, and a lot of damage getting done around the back corner. CK pulls himself back in a wild Pudge. It's probably not the right person to pull in, but he pulls him in anyway. We got Nick Assassin popping Spike Carapace. Spike Carapace will not be stopping anybody. And these racks, this tower should be going down, but no, the rack's already going down by Weaver. Weaver has it desolated. He's doing so much work to his tower, and they're pinging so hard at their base, but it's way too late. They need to just go ahead and go for the base race. Weaver will not be able to win this base race if they do fight for him, because Darkseer is down. I think Darkseer needs to be up for his allies to defend effectively. They do have the Spin, they do have the Nick Assassin to be as annoying as possible, but Weaver's really done his job for his team. All Weaver has to do now is just come back in. Actually, oh my gosh, if he picks off the courier. Oh my gosh, that would have been huge if he would have picked out the courier. Morana does have the gem, so they will be able to see Weaver. Morana needs to go and throw her arrow. She's trying to line it up. She can't really keep up with the Weaver just yet, per se. And Weaver does do a beautiful time lapse around the corner, jukes around the backside, says, LOL, you can't catch me. Meanwhile, top lane will continue to push continuously, because I have to say continue as many times as I continually can. We got the mega creeps already coming in with the first wave, and these teams will be attacking that middle tower, or attacking the tower. They do a whole entire 67 damage. That's a lot of damage, relative to a creep, of course, versus their counterparts, which do a whole entire 39 damage. So they kill things pretty fast, guys. They kill things pretty fast. And now this lane will forever push because there's tanky frontline creeps. Let's go ahead and compare them. As far as the melee creeps on the side of the TeamPyro, which don't have the mega creeps up yet, they have 630 HP versus the enemies. Whoa, wrong ones. Wait. Oh, they only got 1 Rex. They only got the range Rex. Sorry. Okay, let's do that again. Let's look at the range creeps on the side of TeamPyro, which have a whole entire 380 HP, versus their counterparts, who has a whole entire 619. We'll see a fight happen on the corner. Pudge throws ulti on top of a creep. I'm sorry, on top of an illusion, and now Pudge is in a large hole. Pudge will be going on Warlock ulti flute to fly. Weaver getting caught inside, but Weaver does go down before he's actually able to pop his ulti. He did buy back recently. That is huge. These guys need to go ahead and push. I don't know how many times I've said that is huge, but so many times TeamPyro could have just pushed to win, or just relocate somewhere to win. And Weaver actually, he does have buyback, and he buys back, and he wants to go ahead and push his bottom lane with his allies. And we're going for yet another base race. Weaver and Nick Assassin should be able to kill everything before this whole entire TeamPyro are going to be able to do anything. They're playing very afraid. That's pretty much the reason why they're playing very afraid. Wisp relocate could have been used so many times just to go for a quick tower on the backside, and they only have 1 lane to push as well. Darkseer is trying to throw a double wall. He throws a double wall parallel to each other. Not the most ideal thing in the world, but he's taking a lot of damage. And they will be focused on the racks, finally. But the bottom lane is going to be going down. Nerdbeard trying to do what he can. Dagon used by Nick Assassin is only like Dagon level 3 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's Dagon level 4, wow. And OD gives 0 cares. Bottom racks does go down. Weaver's going to go ahead and play the merry-go-round, try to kill his top racks as well, so both sides can be pushing as hard as they possibly can. Meanwhile, we got a base race happening in the front side. These guys are going to go straight for the win as fast as they possibly can. Spin's going to be going down. Nick's Assassin, he's the only one alive, and Weaver and Nick's Assassin are the only 2 here. CK did come back home to defend, and so did Wisp, and Weaver and Nick's Assassin aren't here. They're pinging as hard as they possibly can. They just go ahead and focus this tower. Just kill the middle tower, push the win, and they should be able to win it, but Pudge is back up now. So now they're not going to be able to. But they've lost so much. TeamPyro have lost so much. They pretty much have to dedicate at least 1 person to defend, and Warlock does go down. Warlock does finally go down. Refresher not purchased just yet. He actually has enough gold for it. He's actually going to send the curry out for it now. What are those pings for? There we go. I think, is that? Okay, 2 different people, never mind. So we're really getting to that point to where every little thing matters. Like I said before, guys. We're gonna bring up the XP graph and just show you guys, just prove you guys why I always say this. So as I always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer and closer it converges to 0. But it's still a really nice indicator where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, this game's going on pretty darn long, 65-minute game, and the XP graph is essentially 0 right now. And that's because everybody's hitting level 25. You can only get but so many levels in this game, and the only thing that's going to make a difference is the gold that you have and how you use that gold. Once everybody gets 6 slotted, it really depends on how you use those items. Weaver has his booster travel. He also has a Daedalus, and he has a butterfly, which are really nice items. And also he has a link sphere. I would argue that Weaver needs to go ahead and build himself a BKB, just to get rid of the CK stun, just to get rid of the Marana arrow, just to get rid of the OD damage, and also just to get rid of tele stuns. And we got a DC coming up from Marana. Oh man. Yeah, so we got DC coming up from Marana who said his girlfriend would kill him. And he said pulled girlfriend aggro heart. Anyway, as far as things to talk as far as other things to talk about, I talked about the armor already. So let's go and leave that be. I wanted to talk about the Weaver, why he needs a BKB. Mainly because, well, I mean, the stun. It's just a lot of CC that he can just get rid of. The only thing that'll be able to stop him after he gets himself a BKB will be just Warlock ulti. And that's the only thing he has to worry about. Which, I mean, he can do it twice, Warlock can do it twice, and he can have a whole entire 2-second stun. And a crap ton of damage. I think it's stunned for 1 second. And beautiful arrow coming up from Marana. Pudge will be going down to Marana, who's going to just casually kill him. We got the tether stun coming up from Wisp. These guys will be trying to kill Illusions. Illusions do still hurt. Pudge get a hook on top, or got a hook on top of Marana. Marana did pop her ult. She will be able to make us alive. Since we're placed around the corner, we got a lot of damage getting done. Darkseer trying to get his double wall down, but it's not going to be enough. Warlock doing his double golem. Definitely not necessarily needed, but they'll go for the kill anyway. Actually, no, definitely needed. Never mind, I take it back. Sorry guys. I'm drunk. Pudge hooks a creep, and he's actually going to be going out, force himself low ground, and he's going to be able to juke out like a boss. Nope, Marana's on the run. Marana does have an arrow, another 2 seconds. OD's going to come around the corner. Pudge trying to go for the ult on top of Marana. Marana's actually going to throw arrows as fast as he can, and the arrow will fly. It will hit on top of Pudge, if I'm not mistaken, and Pudge will be going down. And Pudge had a blade mail. I wonder if Pudge has a blade mail. Will it? I don't know. We got TPs coming in mid. Marana will be here to defend her tower. Hopefully she doesn't go down because they need her alive for all her damage. Her Illusions will be able to do what they can. Warlock golems are coming in to help out as well. And the middle push will be happening while it can. Weavers doesn't have buyback. I'm pretty sure Spinning doesn't have enough gold for buyback. And Pudge doesn't have buyback. Darkseer has no buyback. Nobody on the side of the Dire have buyback, which is huge. That means this middle tower should be going down. Nyx's only one alive. Wisp relocates and finally relocated in. And she tethers to her ally. Hopefully she does release a tether before this kill does go down. And if she doesn't, then that'll be horrible. And buyback instantly coming up from Nyx. He's the only one who's available to buyback. Middle tower will be going down. Nyx throws out his stun. They need to go ahead and focus this tower, kill his ancient as fast as possible because Weaver's up in another 32 seconds. Spin, not that big of an issue, but he'll be up soon. GG should be getting thrown out soon. BKB popped by CK. He's going to go for the kill. This reminds me of the international. That's all I got to say. Stun coming off CK, they're going to casually kill his Ancient, and boom goes the dynamite, the Ancient goes down. GG, well played indeed. 68-minute game, that is how we do it here, guys. And I smell crab legs, and I'm officially hungry. But don't worry, I have more games to cast, so I'm going to go cast those too. Anywho, my name's CulBlu. I just brought you guys the second match of the day. Oh lord. The second match of the day of Team Chibu's Dota 2 tournament. I hope you guys enjoy the cast. Definitely go follow them all on Facebook, or like them on Facebook. Let them know how much you enjoy the games. Let them know how awesome it was, and just encourage them to do more of these things because these are awesome. Just to have the tournaments, just bring all the players together and have fun. Like I said, check them on Facebook, www.facebook.com/ChibusMinions. Sorry, hold on. www.facebook.com/ChibusMinions. Definitely go check them out. I will give them huge shout outs, but like I said, no Facebook for me, so. I guess I'm a hipster. All I got is MySpace. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I'll see you guys whenever.